Hey, what's up everybody? Mark here. Today I want to talk to you about adding something new to your creative process, and that's called iteration. Now you probably know what that word means, but it just means trying something else again or trying it in a little bit of a different way, a different iteration. Here's what I mean. Have you ever made something kind of cool, maybe a little creative you're really proud of? A lot of times when you make something, you have a tendency to stop and then go make something different. Well, I want to encourage you to try to iterate on that particular idea. Here's what I mean. For example, a few months back, I made a plant chair like this. And it was really a lot of fun. I was really proud of it. And a lot of you guys liked it too. And one day someone suggested, hey, can you make one that holds 2 pots instead of 1, or maybe 3? I thought that'd be cool. So I iterated. I took that exact same design. In fact, I kept the 2 side pieces exactly the same, and I just designed a new back and a new bench seat for it, and I ended up with this. But the 2 side pieces are exactly the same, so I just had to create the seat and the back. And then I realized, wait a minute, I can make a different seat with this exact same dimensions that holds 2 pots or 3. So I ended up doing that, and that was iteration number 2. So that came out really well. But then I thought, you know what? I can make another version. And I started over, but it's based on the same idea. And it's a little windowsill version. And it's got some similarities here. I took some of the same design for the back part and just shrunk it down and put it here. And it's still got some of the same cutouts here, similar here. But then again, this is iteration number 3 on an idea, and this has worked out really well for me from a creative standpoint. So that's one thing I want to show you. Let me show you something else that I iterated on. One day I made something like this, and it's a little quote, encouraging quote, and it's a half circle and with a tab in the front that holds business cards. A lot of you have seen this before, just like that. And that was a lot of fun. And then I realized, wait a minute. All I've got to do is change out this piece right here for maybe walnut instead of maple, or black acrylic instead of wood, and it has a different feel to it. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. I can just change this thing out over and over. I can put a different quote on here, but I can change it and make it feel a lot of different ways. And I thought, okay, I'm going to keep, in my design, I'm going to keep this exact same 2 sets of slots, but check out what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make a completely different top piece as I knock things over on my desk. And I'm going to stick this guy in there. And now I've got a little speech bubble here that's got a quote on it. And this is a completely different feel, but it's based on the exact same base, like that. Well, I kept iterating on this. My daughter graduated from high school, and she was having a party, and she had a little Polaroid camera that she wanted people to walk in and take pictures of themselves so she could remember them. And so I quickly took the exact same base, and I made this thing right here, and it says Polaroid guest book, snap it, shake it, stick it, sign it, and I put the same little stopper thing right here. I took a picture of her with the Polaroid, I stuck it right here, leaning up right there. And then I was able to put that on the guest table, and it worked out great. But then I again iterated on this one, changed the tab here on the bottom, and made it fit into an LED base. And all of a sudden, this thing lit up, and the colors changed. So once again, I just iterated on the same basic design, but I just slightly modified it. So now I've got these bases that I can use over and over again. And it works great. In fact, let me go show you some other things that I did. Be right back. I started doing these awards like this for a local Chick-fil-A restaurant. And again, the tab there is exactly the same as the one that fits in here. So again, another way to iterate on this same idea. All right, I'm going to show you another set of iterations just to encourage you to get your brain thinking. So I made this for a friend in business, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. And she had this phrase, and it says, tired of trying to cram your sparkly star-shaped self into society's beige square holes? Choose to embrace your ridiculous awesomeness and shine like the freaking girl boss you were meant to be. So she made a bunch of these to give to some of her clients and friends. And all this is a base right there that slides into this slot. Now, this is back when I started learning this idea of interchanging everything. And so I changed it a few times, but check that out. That works. And then I took that exact same slot and I made this trophy right here. It's an interchangeable base, right like that. It's the exact same size as that star base, so I didn't have to redesign anything except the top flame piece. Well, once again, I took that exact same base and I made this, and it's got 2 layers. But this bottom slot is exactly the same. I just duplicated it, moved it back, and made a 2-layer version. Works out great. Again, the same circle, same slots. Well, guess what? I made a set of numbers for wedding tables. Guess what this is? It's the exact same slot, base, circle, and the slot. So today, my encouragement to you is learn to iterate on something and use it. Once it works, use it again, because it's going to save you a ton of time and you'll be able to free your mind up to be more creative. And if you're into selling things, you'll be able to produce these faster and people will really enjoy them. So I hope that helps you in your creative experience. And I'd love to hear from you if you have any thoughts on this, so let me know. But have a great time creating things and iterating, and I'll see you in the next one.